Sean says to himself as he looks at the gang members. I wonder what their intentions are. He certainly did not attack me just for the sake of attacking. Who is this person? Is this because of that incident with the three-headed monster and the Co Wu Guild? How should I deal with this? What if the Co Wu Guild is behind this again? What if I ask Shen Yun how I killed the three-headed monster? Damn it. I want to become stronger. The Co Wu Guild won't give up so easily. Players Association members aren't really honest or trustworthy people. Damn it, Sean says. I thought everything would be better once I became a player. Shin says, have you waited long? It seems that these men were hired by the Co Wu Syndicate. They received a request to paralyze you, and then they pretend that they want to include you so as not to point fingers at them. Fortunately, we were able to catch them red-handed, and also obtain the evidence to prove their crime. We will be able to dealing a heavy blow to the Co Wu Guild. Sean says, is this true? Shin says, yes. But first, let's get out of here. They then leave the cell and head to the bus. Shin comes from the players' union and says to him, Mr. Sean Hyun-sung, do you have some time? He tells her, yes, of course. They go to the guild. He tells her, then why? Why do you want to talk to me? She tells him that it is because of the three-headed monster incident. He tells her, how did you know that I was in the cell? She tells him that the guild checked the record. Aren't you saying that the players' union has the authority to investigate the logins of union members whenever they want, if necessary? And now, it's your turn to speak, Mr. Chun Hyun-sung. It was an informal investigation. I tried to sneak into the cell and assess how skilled you were, but then the accident happened. I apologize again for not intervening immediately. Sean says, I wanted you to see my limits. Shin says to him, yes. And I confirmed your limits after I saw you using your nonsense on Jangwoo Yetian. She confirmed that the person who killed the three-headed monster was you. Sean asks her, will I be punished for hiding the truth? That I was the one who killed the monster. She answers that there will be no punishment at all. The reason the Players Association was looking for you was to reward you. It is a suitable reward for whoever defeated the three-headed monster. In addition, I also have an offer for you. Sean says, is the offer that you want to hire me? Shane says, that's true. Sean tells her that he doesn't want to be part of any group right now. She tells him that they know he would say that, so please listen to the terms first. As a reward for signing the contract, we will pay 100 billion won provided by Co Wu's guild. Moreover, if you are still a member of the Players Association, you can obtain many benefits, from tax breaks to free equipment maintenance. Sean says, you want me to reveal my status window in return, don't you? Sean says to him, no, you only have to pass one test. It's simple, you just have to sit with someone of my choice. By answering honestly his questions, Sean wonders to himself, is this a real trick that the police use on those who suspect them? It is used on those who have a skill that has nothing to do with battles, and it is called the truth contract. If the target tells the truth, nothing will happen, but if they lie, a red light shines from their bodies. He asks her, why are you trying so hard to recruit me? Honestly, under these circumstances, wouldn't it be possible to recruit a high-level player instead? Shane answers, this depends on the player himself. It will be impossible to recruit a truly strong Ali Mustak player with such offers. This may be possible if they are low-level, ordinary players without real skills. He asks her, this because of the 20th level law? She answers him, I cannot deny that. He says, I do not know how to break the 20th level law. Will you continue to recruit me? Of course. You tell him that the fact that you have become this powerful in just 3 months has enough value for us to invest 100 billion in you. He says to himself, Co Wu's union and the players' union. If that's the case, the other huge unions will have already arrived. She asks him, have you made your decision? He tells her, yes, I have. She tells him, you have made an excellent choice. She calls one of the players and tells me, I will use the truth contract skill. Do you agree? He says to her, yes, of course I agree. The player tells him that when the skill is cast, a message will appear asking you whether you agree or not. You just have to press yes, the contract of truth skill has been cast. Do you accept the skill? Yes. No? Sean says to himself, I don't feel good. Yes, you go. Then the employee tells him, Shane, you just have to sit down and answer the questions honestly. Is it true that you woke up 3 months ago? He answers her, yes. Do you know how to break the level 20 rule? He answers her, no, but to our world. You are a player at approximately level 140. But why do you go hunting in low-level dungeons? He says to himself, it doesn't seem like anything unusual. You tell him, it's because you have unique skills. He says to himself that she knows about unique skills. She tells him that you have to answer this question. Is there a reason why you are eliminating low-level monsters associated with a unique skill? He answers her, yes. She asks him, are you able to transfer unique skills to other hunters? He tells her, no. She asks, did you avoid the 20th level rule by using the unique skill? He answers her, yes. She tells him, the skill has finished activating. He asks her, am I supposed to do that again? She tells him, I don't think this is necessary. I have told the truth every time, and there is nothing else I want to ask you about. I was really expecting that, but it turns out that you actually have a unique skill. He says to her, can I ask you a question? Do you have a unique skill too, Mrs. Shin Yuen? She answers him, yes. Even though I can't tell you what a skill is, I have a lot of reasons. He says, if I'm not alone. You tell him that he doesn't have to be disappointed because unique skills, as the name suggests, are skills that a player possesses, and the players who have unique skills have risen to the highest positions. He says to himself, they have all risen to the highest positions. Does this mean that Shin Yeon is also one of those who will rise to the highest positions? I thought it was just an executive and advanced player organization, saying there is a limit to the amount of information about gameplay that is revealed to the public. This also does not mean that all high-level players have all the information, especially information related to players who have unique skills is considered confidential, according to the national security law. He says, but is it right to talk about such things? I mean, you also have a unique skill. She answers him, yes, as long as it is within the rules. It is true that I did not have to reveal that I have a unique skill. Anyway, it will not be a problem because we will be part of the same thing. He says to her, but I did not say that I would join the association. She says, oh my God, you have revealed that you have a truly unique skill. I have no choice now. You must join the association. He says to her, what do you mean? She says, you don't have to look so serious. Joining the association will not only mean that you have joined a group, but you will be looked at nationally. You bring him the contract and say that this contract is an exclusive agreement for the Korean Player Association. He says to himself that these offers are not possible unless they are from a national point of view. There are not many mandatory provisions. The wage for preparedness work in emergency situations is higher than average, not to mention the dispatch allowance in the event of implementing plans in accidents. Some suggestions in the contract. The extent of this agreement should be in accordance with the terms of the exclusive player contract between the contractor and the Korean Players Association. The first payment is 400 billion won. The annual salary is 1 billion won. Housing and vehicles will be provided. An insurance system will be provided for the family. Proceeds from sperm stone sales will be distributed at a rate of 8.2%. The Players Association will provide free rental of rare items. Books and skill items can be purchased from home duty-free. The other terms and conditions of this agreement must be set forth in the following exclusive terms and conditions. The Korean Players Association and the contractor agree to the main terms of the exclusive player contract and the general terms and conditions. To prove the creation of this agreement, 2 copies of the contract must be signed and stamped, and 1 copy will be kept. Sean says to himself, the rights to all sales of stones and items are guaranteed during the contract. She gives him the pen and tells him, now, go ahead and sign it. The hero of the story says to himself, to be honest, the contract is very good. However, there is one problematic clause. Some clauses of the contract. Article No. 6. The term of the contract is 1. The term of the contract is for life. In the event of violating the terms of the agreement, 10 times the amount of the advance payment will be paid as a fine. In the event of violating the terms of the agreement, the free benefits, including tax-exempt purchases, will be counted as paid and the amount will be collected. The hero of the story says to himself, if the contract is for life, isn't this an agreement for me to become their slave? He says, not all players are offered these conditions, right? Shin says, of course not, if everything is done this way, even if it is the players' union. But the reason for these excessive offers is your unique skills, Mr. Hyun Sung. He says, what are the unique skills? She responds to him, saying that it is a skill that is against the law of 20 levels, so that when you hunt low-level monsters, your level increases and you obtain magical things. On this basis, you can rise to an infinite level. This is an opportunity to recruit a player capable of becoming the highest level player in the world. I would be a fool if I lost this opportunity to try to save money. The hero of the story says to himself, I got it completely wrong. But such a misunderstanding is not really bad for me. Also, part of it is true. The hero of the story apologizes to her and tells her, can't we modify the extent of the agreement a little bit? You tell him, does the agreement period bother you? Taking into account the whole world? Do you know how many players have a unique skill? No one knows for sure, but the government has concluded that there are not even 80 of them. Before you appeared, Mr. Hyun Sung, I was the only one in the Republic of Korea who possessed a unique skill.